coldest day of the year. Let's have some RIS, Stoneface's Russian Imperial Stout, which is kind of their most highly sought after beer. I believe I'd never even had the chance to try it until I went to the brewery and they had the 2015 version of this on tap. Pretty interesting having a coffee vanilla Imperial Stout that's been keg aged for 5 years, or 4 years. This is the 2016 version that I bought there. It doesn't say 2016 anywhere here, but that's the bottles they were selling was the coffee vanilla 2016 RIS and the bourbon barrel aged one, which I'll eventually review that. Thought I should do this one first. It's kind of interesting that it seems like they didn't fill it all the way or something. Hopefully it's not like caused by evaporation or something like that. Let's see how it is. It's straight out of the fridge, so probably a little too cold, but whatever. And it's 9.5% alcohol. It says, yeah, with cold brew coffee and Tahitian vanilla beans. And not motor oil, not 100% pitch black in that pour. Carbonation still looks very good. Really beautiful cascading of bubbles. And to the light, yeah, it's black, but not the blackest of black and thickest. It's not really a pastry stout. Yeah, they started doing these beers before the whole pastry craze, I think, started, and they still have lots of respect for their Russian Imperial Stouts. That smells very good. That smells, I would say, better than the 2015. The 2015 was noticeably oxidized. I'm not getting much oxidation in this one. I am getting some real deep, not soy sauce, but black strap molasses type intense, like aged malty notes. Interesting that this bottle, it seems like the flavors may have faded. The added flavorings may have faded more than the 2015 keg, which might make sense because the keg is a whole big keg, and this is a bottle where some things are going to happen. You know, you're going to lose some flavors in there, maybe up the cap. But it does smell good. There's like only hints of vanilla and coffee in there, though it is also very, very cold. Should have taken this out of the fridge. See if I can warm it up with my hand a little bit. Oh yeah, it's in there. You get the vanilla and coffee. They've kind of melded together in this, deep, dark sweetness. It smells really good. It doesn't smell like it's going to be too bitter. Oh yeah, the flavors come in on the tongue much more. Surprisingly, lots of vanilla on the tongue. A lot of times I find that coffee is the strongest flavor in some coffee stouts, especially when it lingers, but this one, yeah, you get that big coffee roast, but there's still a nice sweet creamy vanilla. It's pretty good. Yeah, especially because the smell is so savory. This feel is almost silky, but not really thick and syrupy. It's pretty full, and substantial. It's got some weight on the tongue, but it's mainly just how nice and smooth it is on the tongue and silky. And really, really, really easy to drink. I'm not getting any boozy notes. It's really, really mild. There's some bitterness coming in now, though. A real Russian Imperial Stout should be pretty bitter. That's one reason why it's not really a pastry thing. And the hops, maybe there are some hops coming out, some spicy, woodsy things happening, but they have definitely faded a lot over 3 years. Let's see if I can warm it up a bit. And you swirl it, you can get nice head formation again. You see all the little bubbles. It's really perfectly carbonated. Yeah. Really well made, even if it's not what's up to today's trends. Many people will probably be like, oh, it's a bit thin. That's not the idea. It's not what it's about. It's not, all stouts don't need to be the thickest things you ever drank. And this is not like what a lot of people are doing. And the roasted bitterness builds up nicely. And I'm just now getting some heat in the throat. But it's a really good beer. I'd give this probably close to a 4.5 maybe. This is probably it's probably only really going to go downhill from here. I'm noticing some hints of maybe oxidation starting in there, but aged quite well. If you ever get a chance, try these babies. I think this year's RIS got shipped to some stores, but not many. That's it. Bye.